guys, so I put a poll on Facebook and I kind of got half and half for sweet potato taco bowls and salmon bowls. So I figure I'll do one this week and one next week. And my deciding factor here was, to be honest, it was the fact that I didn't want to take the salmon out and thaw it. So today you're getting a sweet potato taco bowl recipe. Now this recipe is one of my favorite. I kind of developed it over time. I wanted something hearty that had lots of flavors, but I don't really love ground beef or meat in general. If I can make anything vegetarian or with turkey or fish instead, I do. So this is a vegetarian bowl. Although it's not vegan, it can be pretty much easily made vegan if you wanted it to be. So I'm going to show you the ingredients you need. So like I said, this recipe is very hearty. It makes your belly feel warm, and it's pretty quick and simple. So you'll only need some ingredients. You'll need some sweet potatoes.
My favorite fall vegetable is a sweet potato.
Taco seasoning. Now, this is not allowed in my household, but because Jeff's not here, I'm using it. Another thing, Old El Paso Spanish rice, usually not allowed, but because Jeff's not here, I get to do what I want. A red onion, tortilla, which is like that stinky feet cheese that I talked about before, and some toppings. Now these toppings are up to you. These are what I like to use in it. Sour cream. I'm a big sour cream fan. Salsa verde. Yes, they don't sell this at Taco Bell anymore, but guess where they do sell it? Meijer. And some French dressing. Some people really, when they eat my taco bowls, they like French dressing or they hate it. It's up to you. I like the sweetness of it with the sweet potatoes and the savory of everything else. Really your choice. So next I'm going to off screen peel my sweet potatoes, and I preheated the oven to 450 because what we're gonna do is we're gonna bake the sweet potatoes, and I'll show you kind of how I dice them and season them for the taco bowl, but I'm gonna go ahead and peel them off screen. So I only peeled about 4 sweet potatoes because I'm one person and this is going to make enough for like 3 meals for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit and cut them into quarters. Bronte, I heard your advice about putting the wet paper towel. Here goes my camera. Boom. I heard the advice about the wet paper towel under the cutting board, and I want you to know that I did listen to you. I listened. I didn't do it yet. So here I have some sweet potatoes. Once all my sweet potatoes are diced into quarters, I'm going to put them in a bowl with olive oil, and I'm going to put the taco seasoning in the bowl and mix it all together. Now, I did somewhat over season these because I'm used to making way more sweet potatoes than this, but I just added more olive oil and really mixed it up. Because as you can see, it's very powdery here. Don't make that mistake. If you're making more than 4 sweet potatoes, a whole packet should be fine. And mine still tasted good. It's just very powdery. If you don't want it to be so seasoned, either add more sweet potatoes or less seasoning into your bowl. So I preheated the oven to 450 for this, and I got out my glass baking sheet and sprayed it down with some Pam, and then I'm going to put the sweet potatoes into the glass baking sheet. I cooked them for 20 minutes. They were still a little too hard. For me personally, I would have liked them softer. So if you keep them in 30 to 40 minutes at 450, that should be good. Now, I don't know what it is about prepackaged items like Kraft mac and cheese or this old El Paso Spanish rice. I haven't made this meal in a while, so maybe that's my problem. I don't know what it was. This rice was giving me a hard time. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. I was having a hard time getting this rice to not be watery soup. I read the directions on the back. I would advise you also to read the directions on the back when you're making your Spanish rice.
but whatever I'm doing here, I'm measuring. I don't know what went wrong. It turned out all right, but the process was tricky. I'm sure everyone else can make Spanish rice from a box, not me. So then I'm going to get some red onion and I'm going to cut it up. I'm not Rachel Ray, okay? Let's make one thing clear. And you can judge me all you want for how I cut these onions, but just know they got into the bowl and they tasted good, and that's what matters. So now you want to plate your meal when your rice and your sweet potatoes are done. Like I said, you can see that the rice is burnt to the bottom of the pan. So what did I tell you? Shirley gave me a hard time. And it's boxed rice. It's boxed rice. The directions are on there. I don't know, man. But I'm going to plate my rice at the bottom of the bowl. I like to flatten it out and pile everything on top of it. So now you want to scoop your seasoned sweet potatoes. I really piled on the sweet potatoes because clearly the rice isn't the star of the show here. It's the sweet potato. I'm going to top it with a little bit of red onion. Not that piece though. Not that piece though. Time to get your stinky cheese and really pile it on there. It does make all the difference. Honestly, that like kick of this cheese with the sweet potato is really doing something for me. Now here's where you get to be the creator of your own destiny. You get to pick what you want on there. Hot sauce, Ortega, whatever you want. I want salsa verde from Taco Bell. So I'm going to put salsa verde from Taco Bell on there. Now, if you know anything about white people taco night, when you have a taco salad, you put French dressing on it. And so I'm putting French dressing on it. This is not a popular opinion, though. It's a controversial topic. So if you like taco salad with a little French dressing, then you go ahead and put that on there and don't let people judge you. It tastes good. Now you're going to do a dollop of Meyer brand sour cream. And I just put it right in the center because after this, I'm going to just mix it all together. But for the picture, I'm going to keep it like this. And here is your beautiful